Hey everyone, welcome back to Dividends Friday. And this week, something big is happening. If you are not aware, there's something wrong with you, okay? Okay, maybe not. But we are talking about the Endgame's adventures. And this week, I'll be talking about Disney as the company. Because this company may not be a pure dividend play because of dividend yield is not really very attractive. But I want you to look at the potential of it. So game starts instead of end games. And before we continue, remember to subscribe to our channel. And thank you so much. I think it was just last week I was talking about we hitting about 4,000 or 6,000 subscribers. And now we almost doubled 11,000. This is the power of compounding. So as our subscribers increase, I aim for us to have our wealth compounded as well and increase. So what are we talking about? Marvel is part of Disney. If you are not sure yet, yes, we are talking about Disney this week. And for the longest time, it is a rivalry between Marvel versus DC. It is a long drawn already history where they compete with each other, starting from Superman, Batman to Captain America, and the story unfolds. Well, if you have been in the movie like enthusiast, or you have been watching movie, or even like just comic books, you will be like very familiar with all this. Now, I just want to share with you the kind of magnitude we are looking at when we talk about Marvel as a movie industry, and Disney owns Marvel. Remember that. So looking at Avengers, it's like 1.5 billion box office. Iron Man. Now for DC, they don't have many like billion-dollar hits. They have the Dark Knight, which is Batman, and recently they talk about this Wonder Woman. So who is the winner and which should we invest in? Now, I have my own opinions, but let's take a look at some of the key players in the industry. When I talk about key players, we are talking about the characters of the movie industry in terms of DC versus Disney. So for DC, they have Superman, and the highest they have hit is it's not even near a billion. Somehow Batman is more popular. Of course, you can see Batman Dark Knight breaks $1 billion mark. And Wonder Woman is reaching near 1 million. Okay, it's about 800 over million USD. However, it was like a big hit, and it was like they saw the light to the day of it, and you realize that the whole entire feeling when you watch the DC movies start to change as well. This again is my opinion. I'm not a movie expert, just telling you from a consumer standpoint. And latest movie that we had from Marvel was Captain Marvel. Lady versus Lady. Wonder Woman versus Captain Marvel. Wonder Woman 800 over million USD. Captain Marvel saw past $1 billion mark at the box office. Now this is the kind of revenue that are bringing in. Of course, we got to look at the kind of gross margin as well. But I want to share something that the most exciting portion that we are looking at right now is the Avengers Endgame. And just by really like the initial advance tickets, right? They sold nearly twice as much advanced ticket as like Aquaman, Last Jedi, Infinity War, and Captain Marvel combined together in the first hour and the first day. They break all records. What does it mean for investors like myself? Now, if I'm investing in Disney, and I'm using the word if, but oh, by the way, I'm invested. Okay, I already invested in Disney. What kind of results will I be expecting this quarter or this year? No, the whole idea is this. We are not actually just looking at just this quarter and just this year. And some investors may be concerned, like, what is it after Endgame? You know, is the end? Is there any more things that will be coming out? I'll be talking about some of this, of course. But I want to share with you, in my opinion, the war against or rather Marvel versus DC, I feel that it's not really a war. If you look at the trend, in fact, this competition between Marvel versus DC is helping the whole entire industry as a whole, the whole entire superhero craze. It increases over the years. Now, you have never heard like $1 billion mark in the past. Of course, we talk about inflation, but in terms of the awareness of people and the attraction of people liking this superhero industry is increasing. But let me share with you, Disney is not only looking at fighting DC, which belongs to the Warner Brothers. They are also looking at their next I would say rival. And their next rival, who is it? Let us take a look. It is Netflix. So this is actually the more exciting portion. Everyone is excited about Endgames and Adventures, but we want to take a look at this thing called, let me share with you, Disney Plus. Now, Disney Plus is a streaming service that's created by Disney, and they have announced recently that they are rolling out on November the 12th for $6.99. You can see that they are even heading towards a price war with Netflix trying to gain market share. So what is the opinion of investors or even myself with regard to Disney Plus? Now, because it's such a low ticket item, $6.99 per month, I think there's a high chance that it will penetrate through the market. So what is this Disney Plus about? Basically, it is a streaming service. It's a Netflix focusing on content created by Disney. And this Disney Plus, right, it is a main focus of the CEO of Disney right now. And you can see, like, even on his Twitter, he will be talking about Disney Plus. And you can see like they mentioned, every part of Disney, now their focus is how do we go onto the streaming services. I think they have recognized that this is the portion that they want to really focus on. So there is potential for growth. We'll look into the financials and the numbers in a moment's time. So many things about Disney Plus, and you can see this. Once they actually hit into the streaming services, there will be some issues with Netflix as well. Because now Netflix, they have their Disney movies on Netflix and stuff like that. But of course, moving forward, we will very likely not be able to see the Disney movies anymore on Netflix. And if you want the Disney movies, you want to watch Avengers, you want to watch Star Wars and all the other brands that Disney has, you have to go onto Disney Plus. Of course, it's not the first time that Disney is really banging on this. They have not been really very successful yet, but this time I think they're going in big. So really looking forward to this. After watching our Endgames, I think it's the beginning of a new game. Okay, Disney versus Netflix. This is the Twitter post that the CEO of Disney has been talking about, and you can see just in 2 hours there has already been, is it like 4,000 or no 500 over comments. It's quite funny when I read some of the comments. Okay, so now let's take a look at Disney's finances. I will not go too much into details because I've been looking at Disney I think some time back ago. But you can see increasing revenue and also increasing earnings per share, increasing dividends. Now, in terms of dividend yield, I think it's only like 1 point something%. But look at the potential. If this Disney Plus really goes well, and of course, I don't think Avengers or the superheroes, like the movies will be ending really there and then. And you can see book value. Okay, there's nothing much I can really complain about the financials. Even the interest coverage is very decent. The net margin, which is something I look at, is also pretty on the high side, near 20%. I'm looking for double digit, and this one is high double digit. Okay, not really high, but I mean, you can't get 100% net margin, correct? But 20% to 18%, very, very decent and very safe net margin. When we compare it to Netflix, you can see in terms of net margin. Let's go straight into net margin. We know that Netflix has been growing, but no dividends. They have been accumulating cash to really make more content and get more market share. And let's take a look at their net margin. You can see it's about 6%, 7%, bouncing here and there, not that stable. It is not so easy to get a footing and create very good content. And this industry, I would say, needs a lot of like innovation, creativity. It depends on how much talents they can attract. Okay, Disney versus Netflix. One thing for sure, we know that in terms of cash, Disney is a lot more. They have got a lot more cash as compared to Netflix. You can see free cash flow from Netflix in the negative, in the rates, where else for Disney, okay, free cash flow, they are trashing Netflix in the billions. Okay, in the billions, $9 billion in free cash flow. They have got a lot more money to spend. So in terms of this war, of course, we can talk about creativity being one of the key things, but you need cash to attract talents as well, correct? Now, in terms of growth, this is one portion. This is the growth of Disney. Take a look at here. The EPS growth, about 19% these few years. This is something I think is sustainable and reasonable for Disney. Can they continue? Let's watch out for Disney Plus, okay? For Netflix, their growth is something that is unmatched actually. It's 50 over percent, 100 over percent, very, very fast growth. And in my opinion, if we take a look at the growth rate versus their valuation, this is the part that we want to go to. Why my bet will still be on Disney. Let's take a look. We know that Netflix is growing at 100 over percent. However, their P ratio is also 100 over. So is 100 over percent sustainable? Okay, you can see, I mean, it's actually the past 3 years is 100%, but is this sustainable? I'm not so comfortable to say that they can grow at double every single year. 100% is like double, correct? But you take a look at Disney. This is Disney here. P ratio right now only 16. Okay, I use the word only 16. It's not exactly cheap, but I think it's fair. I'd rather buy a wonderful company at a fair price. Dividend yield 1.47%. Of course, we know that Netflix doesn't give any dividends. So overall, my preference will still be in Disney, and this is what I will be sharing this week. I'll be loading up on Disney, and in terms of both the products as well as the investment. So what is next? Of course, these are the companies that Disney own. I'll just like leave a snapshot on the Facebook, and you can actually download this whole entire thing. They have Marvel, they have Star Wars, Marvel Studios, they have already ABC Television, they have ESPN. So Disney is a very huge company, not just Marvel. Okay. Now, next what we can actually really look forward to for Disney is they bought over Fox and X-Men. Okay, for those superhero fans, X-Men fans, this is something I think we can expect next. But this is just a speculation. Anyway, this is all for Dividends Friday. I hope that you have enjoyed yourself so far. Enjoy the movie together with me at the end of April when the tickets are out. And I'll see you next Friday. And let's see whether is it Game Start or Endgame. Alright, see you.